As you know, the Galaxy Z Fold 6 Slim or Ultra and then the regular Galaxy Z Fold 6 have lived in our universe for a little bit now, and the slim version is gaining a lot more heat, which also sounds like an ultra version. And then the regular Galaxy Z Fold 6 we know exists because we've seen screenshots of it, we've seen and heard specs, we basically know everything about that phone. But it goes on to be, where do we lie at this moment in time? I saw a post on Reddit and made me think, so I created the video off this, and the title of the Reddit post is as follows: what would you prefer, a slimmer Galaxy Z Fold 6 or an integrated slot for the S Pen? So for me, I break it down as Galaxy Z Fold 6 Ultra versus Galaxy Z Fold 6 Slim. And I want to tell you the key differences between the two phones, and I think people would be really happy at the end of the day with this. Let's start off with the Z Fold 6 Ultra. Ultra cameras. You're gonna have a Z Fold 6, make it thicker and put ultra cameras on there so that you don't have a camera bump. So you're gonna have a thicker phone, obviously it'd be heavier, but at the end of the day, you won't have any camera bump like you do now with a lot of these ultra phones. And it's kind of an annoyance for sure. I think it is a little bit, especially if you don't use a case, which I know a lot of you do. Once you put a case on, you don't have so much rocking, but sometimes you still do. But ultra cameras would be amazing on a Galaxy Z Fold 6 Ultra. Since it's gonna be thicker, what about a bigger battery? You're gonna be able to fit a bigger battery in there because this phone is thicker with better cameras, which those ultra cameras, let's be honest, they're pretty wide on the, say, the Galaxy S24 Ultra. They stick out a lot, and that's gonna help a lot and look better and give us a better experience with ultra cameras. Bigger battery means we're gonna get better battery life as well. Remember, thicker with ultra cameras and a bigger battery, S Pen integration would obviously be the main reason this phone would be thicker than the Slim. And that's important because a lot of people want an S Pen experience, and you can get an S Pen experience, on a Galaxy Z Fold 5, for instance, but it's not integrated into the phone. This would integrate into the phone. It would go directly into the Galaxy Z Fold 6 Ultra so that you can store it. You don't have to worry about getting a special case to hold it or putting it in your pocket. It would have all the Bluetooth functionality that the S24 Ultra has and that the Z Fold 5 does not. So it's important to have that thicker, allowing you to do and give this phone a better overall ultra experience. Now, before I get to the last one, obviously you could say, let's give us some bigger displays, and that's totally reasonable. But let's just talk about the thickness. You could get thicker and wider and stuff like that in terms of giving it a bigger display, and I would love that. But I think the main last one would be you'd have to have a higher price because you're integrating the S Pen, you're giving it ultra cameras, you're giving it a bigger battery, and maybe you're making the bigger displays as well. But I think a fair price on all of those upgrades is $300 more than the Galaxy Z Fold 6, the regular slim version of the Z Fold 6. Now, the Galaxy Z Fold 6 Slim, it has a lot in that word right there, slim. So I'm talking slimmer and lighter. So it's gonna be a thinner phone and it's gonna be lighter. It's gonna be more comfortable to use in your hand. Maybe it has those smaller, slightly smaller displays on the outside and the inside displays. Again, adding to that comfort. And lighter phones are super important. Why? Because a lot of people don't need S Pen integration. This phone would not have S Pen integration. The phone would have the same kind of S Pen experience that the Z Fold 5 has, which would be completely fine with me. I don't need any S Pen integration. I do want the ultra cameras, I do want the bigger battery life, and if it helps with throwing in the S Pen, that's fine with me. But I know, again, some people don't need or care about some of those things I mentioned, and they're happy with the battery life, they're happy with the cameras. And the cameras on this, I would say, put them and keep them at that S24 level. That's basically the cameras on the Z Fold 5, those have like S23 cameras. Put those S24 cameras in the Z Fold 6, keep it there so they're good quality cameras, not the best, but you can still capture some nice videos and photos with it. Lastly, a smaller battery. That adds to the slimness, the lightness, the smaller cameras, no S Pen integration, but you still can get an S Pen and house it on a case or put it in your pocket, and smaller battery. You're still gonna get good battery life. You're just not gonna get the ultimate experience of battery life, but your phone's gonna be lighter at the end of the day. That, I think, is the perfect happy medium for both parties, for Samsung to, give some of the Ultra experience, but then give people the lighter, slimmer edition as well. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. We'll see you down the road. Peace.